applying to keep citizens safe. But now that you mention DRC, for example, our soldiers have returned back home.
Yes.
And we are proud of the job that they have been able to do in DRC.
Yes.
As a man who's been sitting in the Council of Ministers, has been deliberating over the DRC situation.
Yes.
What really happened?
DRC joined the East Africa community late last year when President Uhuru Kenyatta, our former president, was the chair of EAC. And the moment they were admitted as the 7th member of the EAC bloc, the challenge that they were facing, and now they're still facing, was the security situation in Eastern DRC. And the heads of states then made a summit resolution that there was a need for the creation of the East African Community Regional Force to be led by a Kenyan force commander, with the contributing countries being Kenya, South Sudan, Uganda, Burundi, to go to that theater. And when we came to power, President Ruto came to power, we were faced with the implementation of that decision. And the President Ruto, as a commander-in-chief of the defense forces and as the chair of the National Security Council, approved it and urged me to seek parliamentary approval for the troops to go to DRC. When we were going to DRC, the security situation was very, very bad. The city of Goma was just about to fall. M23 was 7 kilometers away from Goma. There were many, many civilians who were displaced, who were killed at that time. So we went there, the decision that was made, we went there, we produced a force commander, and we took 2 battalions. 1 year down the line, we were given 6-month mandate by the summit of EAC. There was an extension by 3 months, there was another extension by another 3 months. So in total, we did 1 year. What have we achieved? Number one, we have secured Goma. The city of Goma is very important to regional trade and regional integration. The whole the economy of Eastern Congo depends on the port of Mombasa. There are many Kenyan businesses in that part of Congo. So we had also, as a country, we had an economic interest, apart from the regional interest, because Kenya is an anchor state. So we secured Goma. We secured the lives of the citizens. I mean, we had over 20 forward operating bases. So we brought security, the armed groups, over 100 armed groups, including M23, were not, the killing stopped. We opened up the main supply routes to Goma and to all the other towns. We secured and protected the displaced people in IDPs. If you go to Goma, you'll find, even in the city, there are many IDPs. And above all, very important, we implemented the summit decision to M23 to vacate certain locations and hand over to the aircraft contingent, which they did. So now that the mandate was expiring on the 8th of December, when we went for the renewal in Arusha, Heads of State Summit, the government of DRC brought a motion and said that we don't want to extend it. And that is one of the reasons that will lead to the withdrawal of Kenyan forces or the aircraft. So the forces can be withdrawn by 3 ways. One, if the commander-in-chief, the president, and President Ruto says, as the commander-in-chief, bring back my troops for certain reasons. If the summit respects the decision of DRC, DRC is a sovereign state. If they say they don't want you in their theater, that's it. So we're happy. We have done 5 issues. I have told you good things. The international community is with us, and the East African community. We are now, the last batch of 160 men are back today. But we are still have KDF troops in DRC, but under different formation. They are part of the UN peacekeeping mission. We have a signal battalion, and we have the quick reactionary force. In Kisangani, we have a bilateral relationship with DRC where we are training their troops. So we still have KDF forces in DRC, but the ones serving under aircraft, we have exited.
Was there a disconnect, Waziri, in terms of understanding of a mandate? Because and I had the privilege